Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Crystal, and you're just chilling with JK. We are a married couple
with 3 beautiful kids
from Brooklyn, New York. Come chill as we discuss
whatever the we want. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Today we are discussing, is JK accounting too moral for the internet?
Oh, that's how you gonna word it? Yeah, we got too much damn morals for the internet. But before we start this right here, we gonna share a little something from Chrissy here.
Yeah, every time Jeffrey and I talk about this conversation, I think about this scripture, and no, I do not know scriptures by heart. I just know that I saved it on my Bible app.
Mm-hmm.
And I saved this January 20th, 2021, because maybe this was like the first time we talked about it.
Really?
No, not the first time we talked about it, but maybe I highlighted it because it reminded me of us having these conversations.
Gotcha.
And so, like I told you guys in previous episodes, and if you've been following us on our YouTube channel
and all social medias,
yeah, I've been becoming I've been becoming more spiritual and learning how to deal with things through God. So like every time we see some crazy stuff on the internet, and then people get successful, it's just like, yo, is this what we have to do to be successful? Because I am not willing to lose my soul and become someone I'm not just to be successful in our businesses, right?
Exactly.
And so here's a scripture. Let me just read it and get it over with, because I'm just talking and rambling.
Yeah, we need to get into this episode. Let's go. No, not to rush the psalm, though. Go ahead.
It's not a psalm. It's Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And I, like, every time, I never knew like the name of the book or the verse, but I would always think about that, right? And every time we talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, like there's no way I can lose myself. I've never been a person who have been pressured or felt pressured that I need to do things just to be in a specific group. So even with like Instagram, I remember when Instagram first came out, like I was just like, Jeffrey, like I'm already on Facebook, I don't want to be on Instagram. And we were living in LA, and he literally like told me like just sign up for it or whatever, and then like you can still scroll back on my Gemini Hot Instagram, and you'll see like my first post. I've never deleted anything on Gemini Hot.
I have on my page.
So you literally
Instagram.
see all of like the things I posted on Instagram.
Yes.
From the beginning when it started. And well, not right when it started, because it took me a while to even want to get on, because I was like, what? Pictures on an app, on a phone? Okay. Like, what about real life? Like, I just want to enjoy real life and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, we see where Instagram has brought us now, right? And so like, for me, like I've been just a person that just like wants to do what they want to do, not because other people are doing it, but because it's what I feel like this is what's going to benefit my life, and doing it in the right way. I'm a person that just don't like to break the rules. Like I'm a person that just is just so black and white, right? Like I just do everything that I'm supposed to do. And so like it's hard for me to like get off of that line, right? Yes. And you could tell that about that in my real life. You can see it, right? Because even like taking leaps and stuff, like I'm very like, it's fearful, but it's like I need to know what's gonna happen, right? I need to know. So,
and the need to know might slow you down.
Yeah.
But you're coming across that. Yeah. You're going over that hump.
Yeah. Because I'm also now realizing that like, yeah, you do need to take leaps, but you need to take the leaps that God is positioning for you, right?
Yes.
You're living in your purpose with God. And so now like I'm seeing that's what I need to start doing, and I'm believing in that, and I'm trusting that, right? And so when we see things on the internet and people are doing the most scandalous things,
Yes.
Jeffrey and I always have a running joke like, yo, babe, we got to do this and this, and then we got to record it, and then we got to post it, and then we're going to have millions of subscribers. And we just start laughing because there's no way we're going to be doing these things, right? But it's just so funny because it's like, I'm not judging nobody, right? If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do.
Exactly.
However, for me, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like, if that's what I have to do, then I'm just be here right now, you know? And it's just so like crazy. Like, do we have too much morals for the internet, Jeffrey?
I think we do, because the amount of stuff that's happening out there nowadays is a little bit ridiculous, and it's steps I'm not willing to take in order for me to have a successful business. I know they were like, yo, you gotta do whatever it takes in order to get your business to flourish. Nah, there's certain things that ain't gonna click, and then you're gonna look back and be like, why did I do this?
Yeah, I don't ever want to lose my soul. I don't ever want to feel like regret, like, why did I not follow my instincts? Like, why did I let someone control me into doing something just for what? For worldly things? Yeah, of course, I do want some worldly things, right? But at what cost? And
exactly,
I'm not ready to give that cost up, or ever will be ready to give that cost up.
Exactly.
So it's like really like sometimes it can be depressing. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, no,
go ahead. Oh, sometimes it can just be depressing because it's like, is this what I have to do to get out of my situation? You know, and it's like, you know, sometimes you just can't help but wonder, right?
Yeah.
You wonder, right? But you're not actually, well, for us, we're not taking the actions to do it, right? That's where we talk ourselves like, yo, you're wilding right now.
Exactly.
You're going to feel crazy if you were to go do something like that.
Yeah, like
for
throw
me,
your ass in a circle.
like for me, well, I'm not a dancer, right? And so like I was like, I can't do those things, those challenges, those different like the silhouette challenge, or like what else is there?
Yeah, the silhouette challenge is kind of wild. Well, we probably could have found out. Now thinking, we probably could have found a funny way to do it though.
Or like what else? What else came out? Or even like just something simple, like even like reels, like you were discussing today, how
that shit is
Instagram,
annoying.
Like, okay, so I don't think he told me this, or maybe he did and I just didn't realize. But the other day I was just like, oh my gosh, like I didn't come on here to see reels, like, but it just, I thought I hit the reels section on Instagram, but it just happened to just be the natural feed. Everyone just was literally posting that I follow was posting reels, and I'm like trying to get out, and I didn't realize that it was the feed. It was just a regular feed.
Yep.
And I was like, I had to get off of it because I was like, it was just too noisy for me. You know, it was just like, I didn't come on here for reels. Like, I'm actually one of those people who like looking at pictures.
Exactly.
And reading captions. I read captions. It could be long. Jeffrey doesn't like reading.
I don't read. I don't read no freaking caption. I'll look at the picture. If I find some real interest in the picture, I might do half the caption if it's not too long. But other than that, I'm not reading the goddamn thing. Like, I'm not a caption reader.
I like looking at pictures. I like reading the captions, and I like looking at stories. But now Instagram, because to me, the reasons why reels aren't really appealing to me, or TikTok, is because all of it is like, yes, some of it are very creative with like the songs, but the part for me that's annoying is the songs. It's like people are just like doing silly things with the song on there, or just like doing some random thing with the song on there, right? Like I'm not talking about like, okay, like for me, like on my Gemini Heart page, I post my like showing, like creating something, or like actually like packaging something or drawing something, right?
Yes.
And I'll put like music on it, right?
Yes.
That's fine. But then if it's like, and a business is doing that, that's fine. But like, if it's just like a random person that I follow, right? And let's say they do fashion or something, like they just like not make clothes, but like they just wear fashion and they post their fashion outfits, and that's why I follow them. But like they're posting like just random like dances for this TikTok. I mean, for this reel, because it's a trend right now. Like that to me is just so annoying.
Yes.
Or like, just like, I don't know, like that's the annoying part. Or just like doing some type of challenge, but it's not really a challenge now. It's just like the changing of the makeup and just like, or you know what I mean? Yeah. Like to me, it's just getting so annoying. And I get that they're just trying to stay relevant, you know, or trying to grow their audience. But how many of us can grow our audience? How many of us can be content creators? Yeah. How many of us? It's like, I used to be upset when I was younger that like singers becoming fashion designers. Yeah. I used to be so upset, but then I realized, like, why am I upset? Like, they have the money for it, you know, then that's what they want to do. That's what they probably love to do. Then cool. Like, why should I be upset? It doesn't affect me because technically they're not blocking my space, right? Yeah. Because I'm still not at the level they would be anyway, because they have a different audience. They have a different means of income. So either way, I would not be on their level, right? Yeah. Am I probably more talented than them when it comes to like sewing and stuff like that? Of course, because they're outsourcing the sewing and the designers and all this stuff, right? They're just pretty much saying, yes, I like this, or no, I don't like this, right? Exactly. But I realize like I can't be upset at that. But like now, it's like every singer's gonna have a fashion line, every actor's gonna have a fashion line, you know? So it's like, to me, it just became something where we should all just be doing what we really want to do, you know, and stop doing something because it's gonna make me more money or make me more followers or give me more subscribers or whatever it is. Like, just do the thing that you love to do and grow at it and become successful at it, right? Yes. I don't know, that's the part that irks me, but I realize like I have no control over that, so I can't be frustrated. So what can I do to like not get frustrated at it? It's just to like ignore it, like get off of it. So for me, I had to get off Instagram because at that point I was like, okay, I can't do this, right? Yeah. And so for you had that same thought.
Yeah, definitely did. It happened to me the other day too. And I just immediately switched accounts because the account I was under was JK. And I was just like, what is going on here? And then I swapped back into mine and I was like, okay, I see pictures. And I was like, all right, I'm fine. But as far as that, like, it's irritating, and I hate having to use a sound to get popular. Like, oh, this is the popular trending sound right now. Use it and your video will generate. What that shit is annoying because it doesn't go with the flow. What on my aesthetics, nothing. Like, it doesn't flow at all. But like, yo, I decided to like kind of play the game, and yeah, it's not it.
And that's the part too, right? So now we're just all on this wheel of doing a reel or a TikTok, right? And it's like, okay, when Instagram says the next thing is going to be copying Twitter and just only having text in your screen, then we're all going to just start doing text. And at this point, I'm just like, yeah, nah, they got too much control.
Way too much.
For me, I'm done with all this real stuff. Like,
I'm done fighting it.
Like, when it makes sense, right? Like, because obviously before Reels, it was IGTV, right? And so like we would
did that with the quickness,
right? And so it was trying to take YouTube out the picture. So for me now, it's like my mental, right? I'm not stressing about followers anymore or like likes on Gemini Heart and Lasting. I'm now just like, I'm going to just post what I want to post. Now, if I feel like I should post a reel, which makes sense for like showing the progress of making something, then cool, I'm going to show that reel, or the process of like packaging something for Lasting Ever After. Yes. Then cool, I'll show that. But like, if I want to just show the outfit, I'm just going to post a picture.
Exactly.
I'm going to write a caption. I'm going to explain everything, whatever it is.
Control the narrative.
Right. I feel like for me, like, I'm just trying to be on the next wave, because I feel like I'm running a marathon and everyone has experience to the max.
And like, I'm not down to run that. Like, I'm not trying to fit in nothing.
Right.
I don't want to fit in. I'm trying to create my own space where, you know, people will be inspired by, not necessarily going for running the race with everyone and, you know, getting lost in it and start doing shit that don't matter to you.
It starts taking up a lot of your time because you realize, like, not even just about scrolling. I'm just talking about posting,
creating content.
Not even creating content.
Yes, it does.
For you, when you used to post IGTVs, it was not taking that long.
I know.
For something that's supposed to be 15 seconds for a reel or whatever, a minute.
1 minute. It takes
longer because you need to find a sound. Then you need to make sure you put it at whatever specific time. Then you need to do a whole bunch of other things. It's like you're editing a whole video for YouTube.
Exactly.
But it's supposed to be for this 15-second reel, and then it don't go anywhere. That's the part that just kills me. And it takes longer to post than a picture. And I'm just like, what is the point of this? Instagram just got us locked in. We're like zombies. And for me, I was already fighting Instagram from the beginning. And I realized, like, even Facebook, I don't even go on Facebook. And I used to love going on Facebook. But obviously, once the adults came on, when I wasn't an adult. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm an adult now, but when I wasn't an adult, I was still in college, right?
We're talking the mother numbers, okay? Right. We're not giving no age because, you know, everyone's allowed to be on social media. But, you know, you get...
We're not age discriminating, but I'm just saying... Facebook isn't Facebook like the way it was when we were in college. Okay?
Exactly. Now, Facebook was Instagram.
Right. Yeah. So now I'm just like over. I don't even go on there. Okay. I don't go on there. I just told him I want to delete my Facebook, but it's connected to our business page. So that's the only reason why I have it. Okay. And so Instagram, I was like, Jeffrey, you could just take over JK Accounting. But I got a new love for it now because of my mental of like, I want to post things that really matter, which is like homeschooling, mom stuff, kid stuff.
Just controlling the narrative.
Yeah. Man. And like Gemini Heart being more focused on my fashion, and being Chris just being more on me and how I'm learning and growing for myself. But it's like, I'm not trying to like be part of this like, I want 1 million followers, because really everybody's going to end up with 1 million followers. Everybody's going to be verified.
Yeah.
No. It's like, it's not going to happen. And I think understanding that as well is just making me be more conscious of like the time being spent on these devices, right? I'm not saying that the devices is bad. I just feel like we as people need to control ourselves and not let the device control us.
Exactly.
You know, our morals isn't getting us where we need to be on the internet. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, right? Because we want to stick to our morals. But in terms of our businesses, we're trying to grow them. We're trying to get more people to see, you know, our businesses and kind of get awareness of like the things that we do, right? So it's not just for like instant gratification of like, oh my God, I have 1 million followers or whatever. It's just more so like out of those people that we reach, maybe we can get some customers out of it, right?
Yeah.
We never thought about switching it up and doing immoral things, but we just always like noticed, like we mentioned before, others doing immoral things.
Yes.
And they've grown. And once they've grown to however many followers or subscribers, then they plug in like, oh, shop this, and then they become even wealthier, right? Their views and their notices, their sponsorships is bringing in the money. So we've seen families do things that aren't okay for us morally, right? So we're going to give you guys examples and not be so vague. For like one, like exploiting your kids, right? For us, that was never an option. Like our kids mean so much to us. You know, whatever they decide to do in the future, we don't want anything in the past to prevent them from doing that. Yeah. So like from when they were babies, like we only showed them like a few times, like giving birth and like, you know, like cute things like walking or like eating something for the first time. But like other than that, or like reading, writing, learning to write, you know, stuff that's like memorable that they would want to see when they're older, like those type of things. Like even now, for example, when they look back at our vlogs and stuff like that, and we show them old videos, they're always excited because it's something that they loved that they were doing. And obviously when they become teenagers, that view may change. However, we don't have them like exposed, dressed skimpily, you know, doing things that are like things that kids aren't supposed to be doing. And when we look at others on the internet, it's like they don't care. They have their kids dressing in grown-up clothes. They like girls dressing in grown-up clothes, or like exposing their kids when they're born, like showing their privates and not blurring it out. Or like I don't know, like just doing things, even like showing. And I feel like for us it's just more so the girls that we see on the internet, and like how the girls are growing up, they're being
sexualized.
Yeah, they're being sexualized. They're doing women poses and stuff like that. There was one family we used to watch because we were just so inspired by them starting off, you know, kind of like in our situation, and then they blew up and they grew. And honestly and truly now, like looking at it, it's like they grew because of the exploitation of their kids. And it's like, whoa.
Kind of sad, but...
Yeah, it's kind of sad. So we decided to unfollow them, right? And for us, we're fine with unfollowing people that no longer serve us mentally or emotionally, right? So like we're not scared to unfollow people. And so we stopped watching their YouTube channel. And our kids, like, I guess they noticed because they kind of like, you know, watching the family too. And we don't just sit and watch YouTube all day. Just keep that in mind.
Or, they don't.
It's like on downtimes, like if we're waiting to watch a movie on Friday nights, we have movie nights. So like while we're still waiting for either one of us, like the adults, to shower, and then finally we're all done, like we'll be watching like YouTube or whatever. Or like if we're like in between something, like we'll watch YouTube or whatever. So just so you guys know that. So they notice that we don't really watch them anymore. They're like, oh, what happened to this family? And I almost said their names. And we're like, oh, well, we don't watch them anymore. And they were like asking why, but we were just like, oh no, you know, we shouldn't be watching them anymore. And because if we don't agree with what they're doing, right, why should we keep patronizing them, right? Why should we keep giving them views and stuff like that? And two, we don't want to have our kids think that it's okay for them to act the way their kids are acting, right? It's not our responsibility to judge them as a family, but if it's not serving what we believe in, then why even put them in front of our sites?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so like I can't change how they parent, so why still continue to look at them, right? So we unsubscribed. And so these are the conversations we will eventually have to have to our kids when, you know, when they receive more time to maybe go on YouTube or whatever, right? And us monitoring what they're watching and like explaining to them what's not okay. And so if we now don't believe in these things and then we go on the internet and do that, what kind of example is that showing to our kids? Like, we don't want to exploit our kids. Like, they have to look back at themselves later on where they didn't have the choice to even do those things, right? They're still kids. They don't really, even if they say yes, right?
Yeah.
They technically are children. Like
they don't know what they're saying yes to.
Right, because we're their parents, so they think that it's okay.
Exactly.
Right, because we're their parents. We're the ones who are supposed to be making decisions for them, not them making decisions for themselves. They are not adults. And so even now with the little things like reading books, that can come into question too, right? Is that even morally right for us to even have them on YouTube, right? Showing them reading books, because maybe later on they don't want that, right?
Yeah.
And so for us, yeah, it's a struggle. But the thing is, we're not monetized. Our family isn't monetized.
Yeah, we're not doing anything outside the ordinary that goes out of bounds in what we stand for.
Right, in our values, but also just in general, we're not monetized. We don't make money off of our kids being on the channel, on our YouTube channel, on our Instagram.
As of right now.
And also we don't focus our stuff on them only.
Yeah, they're just in the background anyway.
Yeah.
And the story is really about us, and I think that we're keeping it that way. And they get little sprinkles here and there and get to see themselves in important experiences. And then we do film them outside of YouTube. There's plenty of birthdays that we recorded. I recorded every single birthday, but
we don't post
every single birthday.
We don't post a lot of things that we have so much footage of them, but we don't post everything.
Exactly. So they can have, a private archive. So we share what we feel like needs to be, we want to tell a story with, and share with the world that enjoy our family, because, it's rare to see a positive light on a African American family.
I feel like that is growing now, like because of the access of the internet.
Yes, it is.
Apps.
But those most of those families had to sacrifice some type of morals in order for them to get to where they're going.
Oh, that is true. You're right. I see what you're saying.
Not all
of that's being showed is still doing moral, ethical things. Right. I see what you're saying.
And most is carried by negativity too. So right now we're clean, too clean for the internet. But that's how it's going to be. And the internet just has to accept the fact that this is who we are. And if you fall in love with us, so that's good.
We're so happy to have you in our family. Mm-hmm. But even like in terms of like, let's say we didn't involve our kids in our channel, right? And it was just JK. Mm-hmm. Even for us as adults who have a choice, right? Who can make a conscious decision, like I want to put this on the internet, right?
Yes.
We never done raunchy, like the things that were like
degrade my wife,
trending, yeah,
or something like, oh yeah, I broke up with my husband,
right? Like,
or
like for one, like we never want to put negative things into our marriage, even if it's just joking or saying. Yeah. Like we have discussions about things that are important. Like
we joke around in the house.
Like what?
No, we joke around.
We never joked around about negative things for our marriage.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anything.
Like we talk about I'm talking divorce,
about like we joke around. I'm just trying to let the audience know that we're not like serious stiff asses, them serious strict.
Babe,
so I'm just letting them know.
We talk about like divorce, right? Like we said from the beginning of our relationship, we will never get divorced. And every now and then we talk about we're not getting divorces, right? We're still on the same. Like we talk like that, right? We also talk about like joking around, like because he always had a crush on Lisa Ray or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And
you give me a pass on Lisa Ray, right? And stuff like that, like, or Tracy Ellis.
But these
Ross.
are all jokes, or, right? But that's not something.
All jokes. What are you talking about? You said yes.
It's a joke. And so like, yeah, we joke around like that, but that's not something like, oh, we're going to go and vlog and say, I gave my husband a pass to go cheat on me with this random girl. You know what I mean?
You know what? We're going to put that in the title of a video, And then let the press man be like, you dirty mother.
No, but that's still putting it out there. You know
That is true. That is true.
Like, we don't...
Because you don't want to clickbait them, and that's not our flow.
Yeah, and that's not our flow either. Mm-hmm. Like, we have topics that we talk about, and if it's like in the topic, then we'll put it in the title. Like, if we were really sitting there having a whole discussion that we recorded.
Yeah.
And so, like, yes, that's a part that we do, right? We do mention in our titles and stuff like that. But in terms of like actually like us two going out in a club to a club, and then, okay, babe, you're gonna go and you're gonna go talk to this girl and you're gonna pretend that you're gonna go cheat on her.
Yeah, that's too much, man.
Like, these people come up with so many sketches just to like get the views. And for me, like, I feel like our lives are more than that. And like, I want to show people like what we truly are. You know what I mean? And not like, because at some point you're gonna have to stop all the shenanigans, right?
Like a family we know.
And so for me, like, I just feel like those are the things. Like, you're trying to get, it's like the tabloids, right? The apps have become the tabloids. Like, how can I get the next click? You know, like, so like a raunchy topic or something. And so for us, it's like, no, like, we're not, like, those are our boundaries. Like, we're not putting that type of stuff out there, you know?
Yep.
And so for us, we really cherish our marriage, and we cherish what we put out there for people to see, for Jeffrey and Crystal. And we know that what we put out there is facts, is truth, right? Because no one could ever come to us sideways and say, but this is what you put on the internet, right? Because, okay, whatever we did put out, we really did mean it, because this was facts, this was life. This was real life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be phony. I've never been that type of person.
Nope.
And you could literally read my face, like, when, like, my emotions.
Don't give away all your secrets now.
I mean, everybody knows my emotions are on my face. Like, I can't hide anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my energy is like I absorb, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't mesh well with someone,
yeah, don't fuck with her.
Yeah, like, I just move away. So for me, like, I don't want people to feel like we're fake, we're phony.
Exactly.
And so I always want to be authentic, and I always want to show people the true us.
Exactly.
Know?
That's how we stopped that YouTube voice too. In the beginning,
you used to force me. Listen, this boy used to force me, like, hey guys, what's up? Da, da, da. And I'm just like, this is not me, Jeffrey. But he's like, no, you have to be energetic, you know. And I'm like, babe, that is not me. Like, yes, I am energetic. Like, I am. Well, before 2017, I was a very energetic person, a very happy, like, excited, over the top person, like, in terms of like talking and stuff, not extroverted, but just more so like, you knew me, you know, like, you know, hey, how you doing? Ooh, I missed you, blah, 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 you know, like that. But now, like, I feel like I'm more subdued. I'm more like, hey, what's up? How's it going? And Jeffrey feels like I'm being dry, but I'm not being dry. Like, I'm really like, but I feel like because he knew me since I was so young, and I was more sarcastic back then. And so now, like, I'm just like, you know, I'm a different person. Like, I've grown, and I'm just more like subdued and calm. Like, I have my days where I'm like, you know, extra, like, excited and just doing silly things, but it's not often anymore at all.
Yeah, but hey, it happens with growth. You know, a little change here and there is not bad.
But yeah, like, I feel like you guys. Oh, sorry, were you gonna say something?
No.
I was going to say, yes, so please let us know if you think that we are too moral for the internet, or do you feel like y'all lying, like, y'all know y'all done some shady stuff, and I'm about to tag y'all in it right now. I'm going to send y'all a link and show you how y'all was shady and clickbaity and immoral. But honestly, no, I feel like everything we put out has been us, and haven't been shady, and haven't been and haven't been ethical. But, you know, I'm happy to be proved wrong. If we did mess up, all of our stuff is out there in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, he's thinking back.
The only thing that was close to nudity is our births.
No,
but that's a natural thing for women to go through.
I don't feel like that was unethical.
That's the only thing I'm thinking about. But that's not.
I don't feel like those
negative.
Were because I feel like it's a natural thing. The only time I've really been like showing any part of my body is when I was pregnant and when I gave birth and when I was breastfeeding, and all those things. Yeah, all those things, I feel like those are things that Black women needed to see.
Exactly.
Black women needed to see a woman giving natural birth with their person that they love. Black women needed to see a mom happy with like learning how to breastfeed or learning how to pump, because I show pictures of me pumping. I think Black women need to see happy pregnant Black women too, like, because I even remember my last pregnancy, I didn't get to do a full maternity shoot, but I did do that creative one
where I posed
like Zoe Kravitz and Lisa Bonet in like the pose that she was copying her mom. But I thought that was so beautiful. Like, I don't see how that's unethical, because it's birth, it's life. We were all made this way, and so I think
and
that
we all
was
came
fine.
out with no clothes.
Yeah, but like, in terms of like any other things, like, let me know. Let us know.
Yeah.
Because that'll
YouTube is JK and Counting.
Yeah. And our Instagram, JK and Counting as well.
Correct.
But yeah, so that's the wrap for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you in the next one.
Feel the love.
Oh, we just going to end with Feel the Love? All right, Feel the Love. We're bringing it here. It's coming on over to the podcast. Feel the Love. You can support us by
shopping
lastingeverafter.com.